Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, I'm Malik Hodge, and this is War Alert. Brothers and sisters, we are at war. The abomination of desolation is taking place right now and has been taking place for a year. The abominable cruel destruction of the Palestinian people. The world has been witnessing this abomination. The world has been made angry about this abomination by the hands of false Israel. The Palestinian people are being killed. America and Britain is backing, funding, supplying, and protecting false Israel in this abomination. Brothers and sisters, the abomination of desolation states, therefore, when you see the abomination of desolation, which is spoken of through Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, let the reader understand. Brothers and sisters, the world is witnessing this abomination, this genocide that is taking place. The world nations see this double standard that America, Britain, and false Israel has. They see the real nature of them all. Brothers and sisters, false Israel is an abomination that is causing desolation. Scriptures state. So when you see the abomination that causes desolation standing where it does not belong, let the reader understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Brothers and sisters, false Israel is false. False Israel is an abomination that causes desolation standing where it does not belong. False Israel does not belong in Palestine. America and Britain set false Israel up in 1948, brothers and sisters, to counter Elijah Muhammad's claim that the original black man and woman of America is the true seed of Abraham. Brothers and sisters, false Israel stole our identity. America and Britain uses the Abrahamic covenant to sit false Israel in Palestine, saying that they're the seed of Abraham. Brothers and sisters, this eschatology will be broken when false Israel is destroyed. Brothers and sisters, how long will this abomination of desolation that is causing desolation last? How long will this transgression be allowed to stay in the sanctuary 76.6 years? Scriptures state, brothers and sisters, how long will this transgression of desolation take place? Brothers and sisters, 1948 at 76.6 years brings you to 2024, brothers and sisters. So, false Israel's destruction will take place this year, brothers and sisters. Now, brothers and sisters, then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Who do you think is speaking on when it says flee? Brothers and sisters, but when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then recognize that her desolation is near. Then those who are in Judea must flee to the mountains. Brothers and sisters, we are the people that the scriptures is sharing to flee. Why must we flee, brothers and sisters? We're going to have to flee for our lives. America and Britain is planning to attack all blacks. Brothers and sisters, listen.
I remember an article that I reported on shortwave radio in the early 2000s. I got it out of, I want to say the Telegraph in London. It was either the Telegraph or the Times of London. And the article said that there was a German army soldier who blew the whistle on a military exercise on a German military base. This was in Germany, took place in Germany, and it was a military exercise. They were training German troops.
Okay.
This is sometime, I want to say, I don't know if it was pre-2001 or post-2001. I don't recall. It was in that general area. The German troops were told in this exercise, you are in, I want to say Harlem. It was either in Harlem or the Bronx, New York. And you are to shoot, and I'm not going to say the N word. You are to shoot all the black people you can shoot. This was printed in the paper. I read it on shortwave radio in the early 2000s.
I've got the article from the New York Times.
You found it?
I did. This is from April 15th, 2007.
Was it 2007?
So
okay.
Hang on just a moment here. So it says, it's from the New York Times, a German army instructor ordered a soldier to envision himself in the Bronx facing hostile African Americans while firing his machine gun. A video that aired on Saturday on national television showed. So yes, that Rick's right. That was an actual article. Wow, that is incredible.
The exercise was to put down for German troops to shoot black Americans in the Bronx.
Yes.
They don't do stuff like that, do they? Does NATO soldiers train to shoot Americans in our own streets? Yeah, they do. It's been going on for years. Been going on for a long, long time.
Well, why would you need foreign troops in another country to force mandates on people that maybe your own military would be reluctant to enforce?
Right. Or you've got your military all fighting a big war and there's civil unrest in the home country, so you use the foreign troops that you've moved into your home country to put down the civil unrest. I remember an...
Brothers and sisters, they're preparing their assault. NATO's armies, they're all out of the closet. These things is not being hid anymore. Brothers and sisters, listen.
You'll see that the presenter who is with Ron Paul is presenting the documents. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that these are legitimate. What they are claiming is that the Department of Defense recently revised, updated a Pentagon directive that now allows the U.S. military to use lethal force on American citizens on American soil. Let's watch, and we'll stay on the story, see what else we find.
But we want to start off with a headline from Zero Hedge. It's a pretty hot headline. U.S. military now is authorized to kill Americans on the U.S. soil. That can't be possible.
Yeah.
This would open up the door for the careless use, and it's more frequent and legal. It'll be legal now, so nobody will have to worry about that. Send in the troops. We need you to shoot a couple of these people.
Yeah.
They're opposing our policies. They're demonstrating against COVID rules. There's something they'll come up with. So I think it's very, very dangerous.
So here it is. Now, Zero Hedge picked it up from Armageddon Pros, which is a Substack which they often run. It says U.S. military now authorized to kill Americans on U.S. soil. Just ahead, intriguingly, of November elections, and that was my second thought. The military has granted itself permission to unleash lethal force on the civilian population. Again, I thought this has got to be an exaggeration. So I went and looked, and actually go to the next one because this explains what it is. Now, it's not a law. It's a DOD directive. So this is, the administrative state where they take over. They don't pass laws. They are laws unto themselves. Go to the next one if you can, because this is what they're talking about. And I went and I read this secondly, and it talks about a reissued DOD directive that was reissued just on September 27th, 2024. It governs the Department of Defense intelligence activities and now includes provisions authorizing lethal force in certain circumstances, and it supplants the 2016 version, which did not mention that. So I read all of this too, which is someone else's analysis. I said, okay, this sounds even more troubling. I want to go look at the document itself. And so go to the next one. I actually went and looked at the DoD directive. It's DoD Directive 5240.01. Now go to the next one. I'm just going to get to this really quick so I can, just so people, this is on their own website. Now this is section 3 of that directive. Assistance to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities. Now go to the next one. Now this is levels of authority. This is section 3.3. Defense intelligence components may provide personnel to assist a federal department or agency, including a federal law enforcement agency or a state or local law enforcement agency, when lives are in danger in response to such a request for such assistance in accordance with the following approval authorities. Now here are the authorities. I'm sorry to get so far into the woods here, but go to the next one. Responding with assets with potential for lethality, and I underlined this, I highlighted it, or any situation where it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. I'm sorry to bog the discussion down with that, Dr. Ball, but I really wanted to hone in on this is their actual document. It's not just someone's analysis.
Brothers and sisters, now they have activated the plan to where they can carry it out. It's been implemented in this DOD, Department of Defense. What is it? 5.2. In this document. Brothers and sisters, this is pertaining to your lives. They plan to take us all out. Brothers and sisters, America is in its judgment. Since 2020, America has been being in its judgment. 1619 to 2019 was our 400-year sojourning, and America's judgment started in 2020. Now, brothers and sisters, the abomination of desolation, the war in the Middle East, has been going on a year and has escalated. War broke out in heaven. Now, brothers and sisters, we've entered or entering into Phase 2. Iran response to false Israel's recent attack. Brothers and sisters, will take us into the full-scale war in the Middle East. Brothers and sisters, this is going to bring false Israel's destruction or demise this year. Brothers and sisters, America has to attack us before false Israel is destroyed. Brothers and sisters, there is one sign that is given to this wicked generation, brothers and sisters. Generation wicked and adulterous sign is seeking, and sign that will be given to it, if not the sign of Jonah. And having left behind them, he went off. Brothers and sisters, the only sign that this wicked generation seeks after, a sign, and no sign shall be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. Brothers and sisters, this sign is the throwing down of the accuser of our brother. Revelations 12:10. Right now became the salvation and the power and the kingdom of the God of us and the authority of the Christ of him, because was thrown down the accuser of our brother of us, the one accusing them in sight of the God of us of day and of night. Brothers and sisters, the accuser of our brother is Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan is the one sitting in the temple of God, claiming that he's God, sharing with us that we're not going anywhere. He's calling God Allah. He's calling us sinful. He wants the worms to eat our asses. Brothers and sisters, he wants us to atone. He's the one that is accusing us day and night. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan is, the son of perdition. And it states, let no one deceive you by any means, for that day will not come unless the falling away come first, and the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan is sitting in the temple of God, opposing and exalting himself above all that is called God and that is worshipped, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. The accuser, the man of sin, he's the son of a Caucasian white man named Percival Clark. He shares with you that his grandparents are Caucasian and he expects them to be Jews, making his father a Caucasian white man and a Jew. He's direct seed from the synagogue of Satan. Brothers and sisters, the accuser of our brother will be thrown down. This is the only sign given to the wicked generation that's not speaking of. Brothers and sisters, when they see Louis Farrakhan's father, when they see their when America sees, say it like that, their pawn, their agent removed from the NOI, kicked out, they're going to know this event is going to catch the attention of the world. All the black, original, non-original, through the world, this is going to catch their attention. This is going to catch all people's attention. Louis Farrakhan kicked out the Nation of Islam. Who is this new leader of the Nation of Islam? Brothers and sisters, the messenger of the covenant, Jonah, Daniel the prophet, the Messiah, the Christ. Brothers and sisters, this will cause America to attack us all. They know who the accuser is. They know who Louis Farrakhan is. They know he's an agent. And if the agent is being removed, they know the real thing is being put in charge. So they know where we are as a people. That the messenger of the covenant is going to bring us together overnight as a mighty army. Brothers and sisters. So, when you see the sign of Jonah, which is Farrakhan being kicked out, the Nation of Islam, brothers and sisters, that's the time to flee. Brothers and sisters, that's when you need to get up and flee. Brothers and sisters, this is the sign, the only sign for them, for our enemies. Brothers and sisters, no one is sharing with you the abomination of desolation. This sign that you're witnessing that has caught the minds of the world, this abominable, cruel destruction of the Palestinian people, that's a sign letting us know where we are in time. Brothers and sisters, phase 2 of the abomination of desolation. Michael and his angels going to war with the dragon and his angels. Master Farah Muhammad, Iran and Syria going to war with the dragon, the House of Saudi Arabia, America, Britain, and false Israel. This is about to take place. This escalation of the war, brothers and sisters, when Iran makes their next move, this war will be in full throttle, brothers and sisters. Then the messenger of the covenant, brothers and sisters, will suddenly come to his temple, the messenger's temple. Brothers and sisters, it states, behold, I will send my messenger who will prepare the way for before me. Then the Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple, the messenger of the covenant, in whom you delight. See, he is coming, says the Lord of hosts. Brothers and sisters, the messenger of the covenant will suddenly come to the messenger's temple when the chief demon, Louis Farrakhan, the accuser, is kicked out. And that's going to take place, brothers and sisters, before there's victory and before there's defeat. So when this war becomes full-fledged, brothers and sisters, the messenger of the covenant will suddenly appear in the messenger's temple or the Nation of Islam. Brothers and sisters, this all will take place this all is the sign of Jonah. So, brothers and sisters, we have the enemy sharing with you the conditions and the plans that America has put into motion to attack and kill us all. So, brothers and sisters, understand that this is not a test. This is not for play. This is for your lives, and no one else is sharing this with you. No one. The chief demon is keeping you away from this, keeping you away from the truth. Brothers and sisters, we are the true seed of Abraham. And we're going home. They don't want us to leave. They don't want us to rise, because our rise is their fall, and they are being judged. Brothers and sisters, we're the personification of their judgment. Brothers and sisters, this is a warning to you of the time. With that, I'm going to greet you in greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.